You know, people always say like they wish they could go back and see something for the first time. You're in that position.
It was fun. I felt like when he says, "I'm Inigo Montoya," you know the line.
You killed my father, prepare to die.
You killed my father, prepare to die.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
When you were talking about The Odd Couple and what was missing from it was the callback of the flight attendants, I feel like one of the things that works the most about The Princess Bride, not the most, one of the things that really works about The Princess Bride is the callbacks. It does callbacks really well, repeatedly. Like everything it talks about, it brings back. There's a lot of things that it seeds and then it tells you it's going to do it and it does it. It's really, it's like comedy 101. The
thing that, like, as I was watching it last night, it was the kissing. Like every time the kissing comes up, you automatically go back into the boy. And the first time he mentions it, it's like, hold on. Is this a kissing book? And then the second time, I think it's the grandfather who does it. Like, he's like, wait a minute, there's some kissing here. And then the third time, like it's about to end. And he's like, it's just kissing. And the little boy's like, I don't mind.
It's so sweet.
There's so much planted in that.
So much.
Yeah, it's really great.
It's like a full character arc, even for the kid, which I think is really sweet.
Yeah.
And another time I thought it came up, it came up a couple of times, callback. So I'm 2 views into this.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to mess up a lot. So feel free to correct me because I feel like this is a lifelong love of yours.
Yes.
But so when he says, I'm Inigo Montoya.
Inigo.
See?
Yeah.
When he says, I'm Inigo Montoya. You know the line.
You killed my father, prepare to die.
You killed my father, prepare to die. It's like he says it, then he says it, then he says it, he says it, he says it.
Yeah.
And so, like the 6-finger guy is coming back. Like that's brought up really early on. And then, rewarded in the end. And then he gets to say all of that. Oh, just at the top when they're climbing up the cliffs of Moher. Which is what they're really called, but I don't think they're that in the movie. But they're at the cliffs.
The Cliffs of Insanity.
The Cliffs of Insanity. Like I said, second viewing. I took notes.
Yeah, that's great.
So on the Cliffs of Insanity, and Montoya goes, fight him left-handed. And then they fight left-handed, and then they're in this duel, and he's like, oh, what you don't know is that I'm fighting left-handed. So it's just like they plant stuff, and then they sometimes immediately call it back. Other times they call it back later. Yeah. And I think they do that really successfully. And
the way they ramp it up is also really nice too, because it isn't the same the first time they do it to the second time they do it to the third. Like it really ratchets up the tension in the scenes and makes it like not repetitive and not boring.
And that's where it's like such a nice combo of action and comedy. Because you have so much tension, but then that's like good comedy, right? Is to release that tension.
Yeah.
So that build of it, and then it's a callback, and then you're like, I knew that was coming, or they said that was going to happen. Like people, we love that, I think, as humans.
Yeah. I want to like. Had you seen this before? You said you were 2 viewing, so you had never seen it before.
I was very easily scared as a kid, so I think the rodents of unusual size scared me away, which is amazing viewing it now because they're so funny.
Yeah.
But so no, I'd never seen it, and I don't know how I got away with it. I really don't know how I hadn't seen it until Thursday.
So what was your, like when you on Thursday when you saw it, what was your...
I have a problem of deciding on something before I've seen it, so I didn't like it the first time I watched it.
Okay.
Because I was like, I knew I wasn't going to like it, and I almost texted Cole to be like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to tell Robby when I get there. So I made myself watch it again because I knew that I would feel very differently, and I really enjoyed it on the second watch.
Oh, cool. Do you remember?
Enjoyed it.
Do you remember what you didn't like about it the first time? Like,
it just it's funny. It's like a weird childhood thing. Like it made me feel uncomfortable. I can't really describe it. It's like I don't know. I've never known. It was like I was a little kid again. And so I take things very seriously. So I think I was like, oh, this is scary and sad. Yeah. And then like being like, no, it's not. It's none of those things. Like it's a really funny fairy tale, and it's doing a really smart thing where it's like combining fairy tales and comedy. And so viewing it like much more as like in process and as a maker, it was much more fun. But as like a person who was just going to watch a movie, I don't know that I'd...
Right.
I don't know why. And I don't have the nostalgia. I think there's a big nostalgia.
There's huge nostalgia with it.
Because you saw it in the theaters.
Yeah. I saw it in the theaters when I was, it was 16. The first time I saw it, I didn't know what I was watching. Like it was this thing where there were 2 stories going on, and it was like a fairy tale, but it wasn't a fairy tale, and it was a kissing movie, but it wasn't a kissing. Like I had a really difficult time like processing what it was. And I didn't laugh at it until Count Rugen knocks Wesley unconscious and the screen goes black. And the friend and I, who I saw it with, both thought it was the most hilarious thing we'd ever seen. It's pretty much the reason I went back the second night. The night after was because I was like, I'd experienced it once before with Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah. Like I saw Pee-wee's Big Adventure for the first time and I was like, no, I do not like this. This is ridiculous. But I went back like a couple of days later. No, a couple of years later, and watched it on videotape, like on video, which ages me definitely.
Got a VCR,
and thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. The nostalgia factor is huge with The Princess Bride because everyone. I don't remember a lot of people laughing in the movie theater,
right?
But I do like it was something different, and like I think I want to say I don't know if it's for sure, but I want to say that. My mind was like trying to process exactly what it is that.
That's it. I actually think that's it for me too. It was something new and different, and even today, like even in today's society, it was new and different, and I didn't know because what I was going to text Cole was I just don't get it. I don't get it, which is like in light of maturity, that has happened a lot. Like I actually much more enjoy almost everything upon a second or third viewing. Like and I think we're going to talk about this too coming up in a different episode, but the studio was similar. You know, like I didn't like the first episode. I was like, this isn't for me. This is just dudes. So
well, the first episode was bad.
Yeah. Okay, great.
That's different.
Oh, okay. Oh, we can just say that out loud? Great.
Yeah.
I liked it more.
But that's reality.
Because we're going to try to get Seth Rogen on here.
I know,
so
if we're going to have Seth Rogen on this, we're not going to.
we can't admit that it's just bad. It reminded me of in college when I was like, I saw Gone with the Wind for like film study class. And I was like, this is so derivative. I've seen this so many times. And my teacher was like, yeah, because everything that came after it was inspired by this. And that's how watching this felt. Like I caught myself much faster, but it was like, this has been done 100 times. It's like, right, because they did it first. Yeah.
It's a very sophisticated movie, even, and it's so simple. But even now, it's like I was watching it, and it just feels very fresh to me. And I hate using that word like that, but like I think I've seen the movie 30 times.
I was wondering,
yeah. Like
I'm on 2, you're on 30.
When was the last time that you saw it before this week?
Maybe a year ago. We tried to.
Did you try to show Connor?
We tried to show Connor, and Connor wasn't into it, and I was a little bit upset with him for that. I blamed him. Which is one of the
kid. And, you're fired as my kid.
And then I have to remember, like, I didn't like it the first time I saw it either. So it was like a couple of years ago, and so afterwards I was like, well, what's wrong with it? And there's nothing.
The people that I know that I've ever mentioned this to, or who have ever mentioned it to me, they all would fire me as their friends, ex, etc. if I did not like it.
You can't even be my ex.
About having seen it.
Yeah.
So I have lied about having seen it for a very long time.
I did too, by the way. I've lied for years. Like literally a whole bunch of my friends were like, what do you mean you've never seen it? What? I was like, oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's very in-crowd movie. Yeah.
I quote Pulp Fiction a lot and Reservoir Dogs. I used to, and I've never seen them.
Really?
Quarter Pounder. What is it? Royale with cheese.
Oh my gosh.
Royale with cheese. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
I just cut that part.
It's. I mean, in one sense, you're missing like these really great movies, but in the other, you know, people always say like they wish they could go back and see something for the first time.
I still
You're
have that.
in that position.
It was fun. I felt like I was really doing something yesterday, push and play, being like, this is my first time, guys. And I will say, on second view, those the rodents were so fun. And then I looked it up, and perhaps everybody knows this, but I did not. They're stunt guys in rat costumes. Yeah. I don't know what else I would have thought they were, but like the idea of them just being these like little dudes in ridiculous rat costumes, was really, really joyful to me.
I also read the voice, the sounds they make is Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner, yeah.
Yeah, which is really impressive.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
What about the ROUSs?
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
I do. Who doesn't want that credit if you're the director?
Right.
And also rat voices. I'm very bad. Cole can attest to voice acting. So that would maybe not be the job I'd do.
You should be good.
Should be.
Great voice. I don't know what happens when you try to use it.
I leave my whole body and just start. I can't say because for Mared, we had to say one word. It's hinged. The whole film is hinged on me saying shit. I just started being like shit. I like turned Southern shit. Like I couldn't. It's like I'd never spoke before.
How'd you get her to get it?
We hired the most expensive sound production house in the world.
Great. Okay.
Not a lie.
Not a lie.
It's not a lie. We didn't, is what I can say. We didn't. We paid.
Okay.
We fixed it in post.
Okay.
Yeah, it was wild.
So the second time you saw it, was there something that plugged you into it?
I'm a person who I think the best surprise is a ruined surprise. Mm-hmm. So I like to know what's ahead. And so I loved, like, oh my God, the end. As You Wish.
With the grandfather?
Yeah. Killed me.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. So all sins were forgiven when that happened. And I have like a real thing with my grandpa. He's like my favorite human who's ever existed.
Uh-huh.
And like, it just killed me. And like watching Fred Savage's character go through his little character arc and be so sweet. It was like all sins were erased. So going in already knowing that and then seeing, I love, watching things get planted and then knowing that they're going to come back in really smart ways. So it just was like, by the time I got to the end, I realized how smart it was. Like, I think I had felt like, what is this? And it's very dumb. And the second viewing, I was like, it's actually really smart. It's like the Muppets, right? Like they're taking it really serious, but they're also very much in on the joke and they know it's silly and they know it's fun. And there's all these sort of like little goofs and continuity issues, but like, it's fine. It's just it was like, oh, this is like joyful. Everybody's having fun doing it and it's smart and they take it seriously, but also like not in a pretentious way. And so I just was like much more like ready for the ride and got to be like, oh, look at how funny those rats are. Or like, oh, this is so silly. And like this love story isn't stupid. It's like really sweet.
Yeah.
A word that I love teasing Cole about, but earnest.
The joke behind that is that everybody who knows me knows that I'm a very earnest person.
No, you're not an earnest person. They don't know what that. Nobody know. Much like in this
People
film,
call me
I don't think you know what that word means. It's literally a quote I've said to you.
People call me earnest all the time.
It doesn't make sense. He's not earnest. They don't. Nobody knows Cole like I know Cole. Robby, do you know that Cole is not earnest?
I don't actually.
Well, he's not.
Okay.
I don't think you know what that word means. To quote a great.
It's inconceivable that I'm not earnest.
Inconceivable.
I remember that first "As You Wish" from Peter Falk, the grandfather. At the end, I wanted to cry. And I was so shocked by my response to it.
I did cry.
And then I forgot, like it was a long time between when I got it on videotape, and like I'd forgotten about it. And then we're getting to the end point, and I was like, oh my God, something's going to happen here. What's going to happen here? And then I was like, oh my God. And then he said it. And then I was like, this is the sweet. And I love the close up on his face and his, like, his face is so, his hair is white and he's got the wrinkles and it's got so much personality. Like the angle that it gets him at, just amazing. Like just so touching.
It did. That got me the first watch. So it was really like that. I mean, I cried. Mm-hmm. It really, I love a sentimental, I just love a sweet callback. I fall for it. I think it's a bit of a trick.
Yeah.
I call that a trick, like a bookend and a callback all in one to me is sort of a magic trick of storytelling.
Yeah.
People fall for it, but me too.
I mean, there's certain types of manipulations that are great that way. Yeah.
I love a little heartstring pull.
Mm-hmm. The As You Wishes too, at the beginning, I was like, the first time you meet Buttercup and the first time you meet Wesley, it's just like, he just says, as you wish. And she just kind of walks away. And then there's a second one where he's looking at her and the camera slows down a little bit and she notices something. And then the third time is just like him reaching up to grab I don't even know if he says it. I love that progression. And I also love that small section is then stretched out for the whole movie. Yeah. And also the thing about the relationship changing between the grandfather and the grandson, Fred Savage does this really small thing where like he's about to leave, where the grandfather's about to leave. And Fred Savage does this thing where he reaches for his grandfather and is like, if you want, you can come back to and it's just this like very sweet and vulnerable, like it adds to the like to the change in their relationship from like the grabbing, like the grabbing of the cheek and rolling his eyes, and then just wanting his grandfather there the next day is incredibly sweet.
And my first viewing, I also had to get past some of the like, oh my God, baby Fred Savage.
Yeah.
Oh my God, baby Columbo.
Yeah.
Then I was like, is Mandy Pantankin hot?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's hot. And then there was the teacher from Clueless. And like once I could get past all of those things, I could better enjoy.
I didn't know who Mandy Pantankin was the first time I saw it. I didn't know who Robin Wright was. I didn't know who anyone was.
She's gorgeous in that movie. Just
yeah. Yeah. The only person I knew was Andre the Giant.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he had a real career in the 80s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huge career.
Love him.
Yeah. Well, a wrestling career. My dad was really into wrestling. So.
My dad looks like Hulk Hogan, guys.
Does he have the
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. White, big old handlebar mustache. He looks like if Hulk Hogan didn't go into wrestling and he owned a ranch instead.
To bring it back to what you were talking about, thought that I'd seen it, was certain I'd seen it, can quote most of the first third of it. Mm-hmm. And the moment I realized, oh, I have not seen this, was the As You Wish as Man in Black is rolling down the hill.
Yes.
I was going to say that it comes back there too.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That was beautiful. I was glad because I was like, we're supposed to know that Man in Black is Wesley, right?
Yeah, which is what I wanted to ask you guys of when were we supposed to know as an audience that is Wesley?
I was wondering that too.
If you were paying attention, the only difference in the face is like the little mustache he has.
Exactly. Yeah, his eyes are the same.
Yeah,
and so I was like,
eyes
we're supposed to know, right? And so I was a little bit like,
Yeah.
how long are we going to pretend that this mask is enough?
I don't know if it was meant to or not. I don't think they really cared though. It wasn't like they tried to hide it.
Because it could have been a huge reveal. He could have been like in a whole suit and like we didn't know for the whole movie. Like it wasn't a big reveal kind of movie or a like
Yes.
plot twist. Or it was kind of like, I don't think they cared. It's like if you didn't notice, great. If you did notice, I was glad she noticed soon. I needed that to happen. It reminded me a lot of like improv class, right? And it was always like, just get to the thing. Like stop talking about the thing. Suspense doesn't always work.
Along those lines, like I do wonder if the information you're given about someone kind of makes you look past certain things. She thinks he's dead, so she doesn't notice. I wonder if that works for us as well. Like we think he's dead, and so we don't really notice. Or I have watched movies with people before who seek those things out, you know, and they want to know before everyone else does. It's like, oh, that's Wesley, and I know those people always ruin movies for me sometimes. Yeah.
I'm that douchebag. Yeah, that's me. I'm totally, and I pride myself on it. Yeah, I'll call up Cole and be like, "When did you know?" Because I knew. I knew before the movie started. I knew before they wrote the movie that they were going to do that. I'm exactly that person.
Yeah. I also think the way you take in this movie is very much of like depends on who you are as a human being and how your mind works. And I'm always just like, what's next? And there are movies that I've seen before where like I've seen it the first time and then I'll go through it again. You know, there'll be a big twist at the end. Sixth Sense. And the first time I was like, whoa, like what a great twist. Like I didn't know that. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it. But then the second time I went through it and I looked for everything and I thought it was kind of cheap.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit cheap to me. And that's not to say that it wasn't skillful or it wasn't a good movie or it wasn't effective. It was just like, oh God, like it didn't appeal to me. But that's just me. Like I'm not one to call up M. Night Shyamalan and say,
let's call him. Let him know. I don't know. I imagine you're like this and Cole, probably you as well, which is I have different viewing experiences. Like I make myself do different things. So sometimes I just want to enjoy it. And then sometimes I want to watch for certain things. So sometimes I want to find the twist the fastest. Sometimes I want to rewatch and see when I really do learn it. Other times, I want to focus on camera angles or what, like, and sometimes it's like, just enjoy it.
right.
And I do. So I enjoy some really ridiculous things because sometimes I can just enjoy it.
Like what?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, okay.
Cole just shuts his eyes. He's like, it's coming.
I like
Hobbs and
that
Shaw
show.
is a great movie.
Yeah.
We should talk about it.
In this context, is Hobbs and Shaw a great story?
I'll have to.
Because those
probably
I don't know if those
not.
are different.
They are different. I found it again. That was Hobbs and Shaw was very much also a viewing experience that I enjoyed So it's I'll always love it because I watched it like on the first birthday I was sober, and I had the best milkshake that I've ever tasted in my life on like an air conditioned day at Alamo Draft House.
Oh,
and like
yeah.
it was, I thought it would be bad, and it turned out it was so fun. You know, like it was just fun. And I feel similar about Top Gun Maverick, like very similar. Like I went to the wrong theater. I was supposed to meet Cole. He was like in Brooklyn. I was like in Manhattan, whatever. We were like at totally different places, and I didn't have time to get to the movie we were supposed to see. And I was hot, and I was angry, and I was overwhelmed. And then like I had an iced tea, and I was like in air conditioning, and I went to see this movie that I thought I'd hate, and I loved it. So I don't know, but I think we should watch and find out, because I doubt it's a good story. But I think it does some heartwarming things that I love. I fall for heartwarming things in a way that I think like Cole does not, in a way that you might, Robby, but Cole does not. Do you?
When they've given me every excuse to fall for them,
Fair.
yes, big time.
Yeah.
Like sloppy tears, the end of The Princess Bride.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They really earned that one. Sometimes I just want to be entertained. So I don't know that it's a good story, but I was entertained. Top Gun Maverick, great story.
I have not seen it and will disagree right now.
I've seen it and I didn't understand it at all.
Really?
I really didn't. Yeah. Like I was,
fun.
a lot of people that I respect and whose opinions I respect were like, this is a great movie. And when I watched it, I was like, this makes, and it actually, part of that probably has to do with my relationship with Tom Cruise. I understand how skillful he can be. And so I was just like, so was this movie made just to congratulate? But the Mission Impossible movies, I love.
I feel like I need to say with Top Gun Maverick,
Cole's like, we got to go back.
because I've seen all the BTS of Top Gun. I've seen like every standout scene of it.
Cole's basically going to make an uninformed decision while trying to make the case that it's informed. Go.
Each of those things individually makes me want to cry like happy tears of, oh my goodness, this is so perfect.
Fair.
But with The Princess Bride, my reaction is like, this is pretty terribly made. But it's making me cry and laugh at every moment because the story within it is just boom, 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 boom.
Very fair point.
What do you mean terribly made?
Robby.
No. I'm curious
Robby
about
middle
that.
name Weinstein. You go back and watch it.
No, seriously. What? Because go ahead. No. I'd love to.
Well, do you want to take? I'm sorry, you should take it. I have an easy out for you.
So I want to hear your easy out.
Even just on budget. I mean, the Top Gun Maverick movie is like bazillions of dollars, the highest possible production value.
Right.
And there's no way that you would argue the same. It's not the highest production value movie. They had
The Princess Bride.
They had men in rat suits.
No, it's not. Yes. Yeah.
If you'll recall.
But I thought all that was like. I mean, what I love about that is that it feels intentional, like it's a storybook, like it really takes that. So it isn't trying to be like. It isn't trying to be of this world. It's trying to be of its own world. And so one of the reasons I love it.
Poorly made isn't exactly what you meant, but it feels like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood feature length. Like it had a low budget, and there's a lot of like continuity stuff. There's a lot of like you see production stuff happening. Like you see hands in scenes.
Sure. Yeah.
A lot of the production elements are things that we three could pull off just outside of this studio on the street and be like, oh, that's a shot of somebody falling, which is just a G.I. Joe fault.
Oh my God, there were so many points where you could tell it was a dummy. It was so funny. Like, it would be like, am I supposed to believe this? It was like a high school production of it.
Again, those are things that I'm like, I think because I'm so involved in the movie, I'm like,
when they're going up the cliffs of the insanity, when it goes to the like long shots, the wide shots, it's like so clearly they just strapped dummies on him, and so it's like so clearly three dolls on him crawling up the thing, and then it cuts back to the close shots, and it's like the people, and then it goes far, and then when he becomes, they send in that like Helen of Troy sort of Trojan horse. Audrey the Giant is dressed in black.
Yeah.
It's I had to rewind it like 3 times because it's so obviously a dummy that they set on fire, but it's supposed to be like Andre the Giant talking.
Right.
And so just like little moments like that. And I think that they did that, like they do it with love. And that's what makes it better than in a lot of ways Top Gun Maverick, because it is actually like more fun and more joyful, and they didn't have 80 million. So yeah, like poorly made isn't like they were doing something really fun and intentional, and it's well made, but also
right. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I would argue that the love and the story behind it, makes you forget about almost all of it. Like my reaction to the things where I was like, oh, this is quote unquote poorly made. It was still, I'm into it.
Oh, okay,
That's
cool.
fair.
Yeah. No, that makes
you're right. I do think that's a great point. Is like a worse told story, a worse written story.
You'd be less inclined to.
Yeah, it would just be like, this is just a bad movie.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of examples of that, I think, in the world.
That was my end point with Top Gun of I won't buy a Top Gun story, even with all the production value in the world. Right. I do buy The Princess Bride.
That's fair. Yeah. And I think Top Gun Maverick for me is like 101. Like if you put a movie into a laboratory and grew up perfect parts and put them all together, it's like food science, right? Like, like what's the perfect crunch? What's the perfect salt? That's what Top Gun Maverick is. It's like, what is the ultimate movie experience? Right. And they took all those elements and then like Legoed them together, and it worked. It did work for me.
Okay.
I was like, it's actually, I think, impressive to learn from, because I do think it's like, what is the A+ way to make a film? Right. Which isn't to say that it's the only way, the best way, or the way everyone should do it. But I think there's a lot to learn from that. It's like pop music. It's like Britney Spears in a movie.
Yeah.
I love Britney Spears.
I will definitely come back to that, but I have this question about that. Do you feel like it's a blockbuster, or just like when you say like, it's like what'd you just say? Like it's a movie.
What is it? It's not a film. It's not for pansexual mixologists in Bed-Stuy.
Right.
It's a movie for normal American, or it's for normal Americans who like movies. Yeah, it's a movie. I do. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you mean.
Probably blockbuster, but I think I think it does the magic tricks so well that I think anybody could learn from it. But again, you don't want to make a Top Gun Maverick. I'd rather make a Princess Bride. And I think Princess Bride actually takes some blockbuster lessons and turns it into this funny thing with its like action and its romance. Like it does a lot of things, and then like kind of upends it, turns it inside out, and sort of makes fun of it, but while also not.
There's also a love for it, like especially the sword fighting scene. It's such good sword play. It really was. So much fun.
And they did it. They didn't have. Yeah, they did. They learned it.
Yeah. The only thing that he didn't do was the flip around the bar where he flips and then goes onto his feet. You know, it's a storybook. So like it's sort of a fairy tale. All the heroes, all the people that you really like Wesley and Buttercup and are very honest and very forthright and very, very into each other, very friendly. Like the conversation they have before the sword fight about Inigo's father, you seem a decent fellow, I hate to kill you. You know, is all really great, and all the villains are duplicitous.
You got very good arms.
He didn't fall. Inconceivable.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
But there is something about Count Rugen that's very like. He's my favorite villain because he and Humperdinck are like have a genuine relationship. It isn't based on love; it's based on opportunity, and it's based on like Humperdinck allows me to torture people in unfettered by any limitations, and Humperdinck is like, I really like this guy, I trust him, and he just lets me do what I want to do, and they're very honest. But Count Rugen is also a little bit warm.
Yeah.
And so you like I'm drawn. I mean, it's Christopher Guest, so he's the best.
He's the best. Yeah. I felt very distracted. That was the other thing when I was like, baby Fred Savage. I was like, Christopher Guest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't not like Christopher Guest.
But you like him a little bit, even though he's awful.
I was confused by him. Exactly. I was like, I do like him.
I love that.
But it is very fairy tale. You're right. It's very like the good guys are good guys and the bad guys are bad guys. And
you mentioned the undermining, like everyone's not perfect. Everyone has these like wants that aren't being fulfilled. Or when Inigo is chasing Count Rugen through the halls and Count Rugen goes through and he can't get through the door and he gets Fezzik over there and he's like yelling at him like, I need you to do this. I need you to. It's like such a human, like it's such a boy tantrumy type of.
Oh, and it was like they needed to get Wesley to like to save Buttercup, but he was like, I know you're busy, but like I really need you to get this door.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty fantastic. Really
yeah.
Cute. Yeah. I thought that was sweet.
There are some parts that are so obviously like when kids make films, that's how they shoot them. When Inigo is chasing Count Rugen and they go down the stairs, it is just so basic.
Yeah.
There's no frills, there's no anything, and it absolutely works for me. Like it's just like, okay, this is going to happen, now this is going to happen, now this is going to happen, now this is going to happen, and then boom, you're going to get a knife in the gut, and then everything's going to continue. When you said that it wasn't sophisticated or, it wasn't good filmmaking, I got a little defensive because I was like, yeah, you're right. Like some of it. I
still love it.
Yeah. But some of it's like just.
But it's perfect in its way.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's the thing is it's like not good, but that's what's good about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think to Cole's point, because the story works.
Yeah, that's why I'm in love with this as a first story to talk about. The story for me just carries everything for it. At many points, I could close my eyes and just listen and know exactly what was going to happen next and see it in my head because like the story wouldn't let you see anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like rooting for them, like the actors and the filmmakers.
Yeah.
I made like a little film in high school, and I remember we had like a little matchbox car. We tried to kill the prom queen, and so we like ruined her brakes and we drove her car off the side of a cliff. And like, so my friend had a car and we had a matchbox car that matched it. And so we took the matchbox car and like threw it into grass and then like lit it on fire and used hairspray to like make it blow up. And it was just so dumb, but that's how this felt. But it was like, you get what's happening. It's like, that's like what we had budget for. And that's kind of felt like, I felt that with this, but it was like, I was rooting for them. I was like, I'm in. You strapped dummies to Andre the Giant and then you pulled him up a rope with like a green screen of the Cliffs of Moher behind him, and I'm in. I do have one quote that I really like that I also think is the mantra of 2025, which is, you're trying to kidnap what I've rightfully stolen.
It's so well written in that regard.
I also liked they're going into the fire swamp and Buttercup's like, we'll never survive. Wesley goes, nonsense. You're just saying that because no one ever has. I was like, oh. I feel like that's like advice Cole gives me.
Yeah. I really like you mean Humperdinck Wayne's? Jesus, what did you read me this thing for? Like, it was so, I was with him.
Yeah.
I totally understood.
I thought it was cute how like Grandpa stopped in the eel thing, like the little meta moments where, so, like I was curious of your thoughts about the narrative structure, about having this narrator reading the story. And I guess it's a book. You have the book sitting here. You've read the book. I have not. When
I'm looking at any story, there's always like two things going on. There's like the story that's being told, and then there's a story underneath it. And the story that's being told is like, I broke up with my partner and I'm going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Like, that's the thing I'm going to do because, I want to get over my girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever. And then there's this other thing, which is the story that goes underneath it, which is like, there's like a wound that has to heal, that has nothing to do with Mount Kilimanjaro, has nothing to do with the breakup of the relationship, but has everything to do with the person who's telling the story. And with this one, like it's mind-blowing because you have two overarching stories that are happening at once, which is you want Princess Buttercup and Wesley to get together. Mm-hmm. And then you have this other one where there's this kid who's just getting over being sick and his grandfather is coming over to read to him, and the grandfather is just going to read him a book. And the kid doesn't want to. And what was so skillful and so nice and so fun and seamless is that there's a rhythm to a movie. The first 30 minutes, the second 30 minutes, and the third 30 minutes when it's broken down into its basics. And these two stories are working together to get you to the point where everything is resolved. And I thought that the rhythm of it, which is like, there are two separate things at the beginning. There's like the grandfather and the grandchild, and then there's Wesley and Buttercup. And the movie keeps pretty consistent, like, we're going to tell this story, we're going to tell this story, and this is happening now, and then this is happening now, and then this, and then as the movie goes along, it's more the fairy tale, but every once in a while, the grandfather and the kid chime in. It does it so skillfully that you don't know that it's happening.
That's it.
And I love that, like, as the fairy tale goes along, you also see the grandfather and the grandchild getting closer, and the grandson buying into the story and being affected by the story, them fighting about the story. Like, it's so great. And as you said, it can go, there's so many ways that can go wrong, or it can break the rhythm of the movie. And in this case, like, it's seamless.
Because it doesn't distract. Like, I think the grandfather and the grandkid could really distract, or it could just get dropped. Like, it could just sort of show up as a bookend at the beginning and the end. For a while, I thought that the grandpa was going to end up being Wesley. And I'm glad that that's not the case. Mm-hmm. Like, I was glad that there wasn't like another reveal. It could be too much exposition where it's sort of like the grandpa's like, well, blah, 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 blah. And that doesn't happen at all. Like, it's very light. And the thing I didn't do is time how long Fred Savage and Columbo are on screen. But I would say it's probably like 7 minutes tops.
Right.
Like, it's a very small amount, and they still have this full character arc that successfully makes most of us, all of us, me and Cole for sure, cry. And that to me is amazing. Like, it was so efficiently done, and it was the perfect ending. What's
so nice about it is that that's what stories do. Mm-hmm. You know, like, you share stories with people. You know, like, when you go through something with someone, a very specific example I can come up with. I used to go to this baseball camp. And my first year there was this kid and I who really did not like each other at all. His name was Robby as well. But we both went to this camp for the same number of years, normally in the same session, and we never planned it because we didn't like each other. And then in the last year that I was there, we were in the same cabin. And it's 2 weeks where we're in the same cabin, you're playing baseball, you're doing all these sports together, you're going camping together. And both of us were very resistant to each other. But as the first week went along, like, we went on this camping trip and we were dealing with the same people, and then we started talking, and then we were at this campfire, and he's like, I didn't like you a lot, and now I like you a little bit. And I was like, yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I didn't like you at all. And then that second week of camp was really great. And I think about him now a lot as I'm going through my life, because, like, our relationship sort of evolved over the course of 7 years. And when you're looking at books, and when you're looking at movies, and when you're looking at plays, when you're looking at podcasts, when you're looking at anything, it's a shorter thing, but it's a shared experience. And if you go through it together and you're arguing about it or you're talking about it, it brings you closer. A good book or a good story provides you the scaffolding to build a relationship on. And even if it's like even if it's a longer term relationship, or even like you and I spent 2 hours together watching this movie, we laughed and we shared this experience. Like, those are the experiences that bring us together as human beings. Those are incredibly important things for human beings to have. I'm sure, Connor doesn't want to like watch The Princess Bride now, but maybe he'll be in college and one of his college friends will go, hey, let's watch this. And then he'll watch it and he'll say, oh, God, I totally missed the boat on that one. And then he'll come back to me. Or he'll say, you know what, I still don't get why you like it. And then we can argue about it and talk about it.
And what happens there, like in my experience too, is he'll probably love it because of you and the experience there, right? So it's like, even if he doesn't like it, he'll always love it because of the engagement you had and like you guys fighting over it.
Yeah. These are also stories that like bring people together, if not immediately, then over time.
Like, my grandpa used to say, we got any salt? Every meal. And what that meant was, I'm not going to fucking get up and get it, but you can. And it was so irritating, right? It was like, Grandpa, we have salt. Stand up, walk over and get it. And now it's like my favorite thing about my grandpa, right? It was just like, that's my grandpa. Whenever I think about him, I'm like, we got any salt?
Yeah.
And so similar, it's like, it's the moment and the shared experience and the passing it down on generations.
Yeah.
Which used to be a like oral tradition. And that like it does it in this movie, right? Where he was like, I read this to your dad and now I'm reading it to you. And
yeah. I think that's why, for me anyway, that's why that part of the movie with the grandfather and the grandson is so affecting because it was obvious at the beginning that the grandfather liked the grandkid, but the grandkid was like, oh my God, he's going to pinch my cheek again. And just rolling his eyes. And he brought him a book. Yeah. And, but over the course of that thing, that's what they build their relationship on. And they become closer because of it.
But I felt like that watching it now, like I was a little, because I can get very like, oh, if it's popular, I don't want to be a part of it, you know? And so I think it was like there hit like a threshold where I'd never watched Princess Bride, so I was never going to. And then watching it now, I felt a little bit like, why didn't I let myself have like all of that shared community and experience? You know, like that would have actually been fun.
Yeah.
And like I didn't have to deny myself this thing.
Yeah.
Because it has like a real decades long love and community and shared thing. And like I wouldn't have cared about that at all.